Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hello Gemini, how's it going? Today I'm going to be reading for your November 2020 astrology forecast, or tarot forecast, shall I say. So if you like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm new here on YouTube and I'm trying to grow my channel. I've been reading tarot for half my life or more, and I just decided to finally get on here and do it. So your card that came out is the Dolphin. And the Dolphin for your base energy for this reading is all about communication. Okay, so let's see. It's a very pretty card. Let's see what comes out in the Cat Tarot that is asking you to do that more. So I'm asking Spirit to connect to Gemini energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising, depending on what you resonate with most. I'm going to pull for your base energy. Ooh, that one came right out. So we have the Sun right away, okay? So this looks like good prospects, a lot of happiness as your base energy, but let's see what is crossing this. Oh wow. And then we have the Ace of C, which is the Ace of Cups. So there's something at the base of this reading that is a very happy sort of energy going on. So that's the Ace of Cups card with the Sun right there. So that's a really prosperous omen. Wow, it's just getting better and better for you. And then we have the Earth Queen, which is the Queen of Pentacles, as your choice to focus on and your underlying energy here. So this is a really wonderful way to begin the reading. So let's see what is behind you that has got you to this point of contemplation, where you're really coming into a happy period. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. So something has happened in the recent past that has allowed you to, it could be longer term of the past, sometime within the past few months, where you have some sort of change has occurred, and this could be actually physical, or it could be to do with your way of thinking about something. What is crowning Gemini energy? Spirit, thank you. So today is actually Halloween, which is interesting. So, all right. What is crowning you? This is really something. You have the Earth King, which is the King of Pentacles. I mentioned the Halloween thing, so just in case you hear stuff in the background or outside or wherever, there's just so much stuff going on. So just to let you know. The Earth King, wow, this is pretty spectacular. There's really a crowning moment right here where you have come into some sort of foundation about something. And with this one right here, the Knight of Swords, this air energy definitely represents you, okay? There's something that is happening very fast around you, and it's in a good way. So see, like this card right here, like this cat is trying to get this bird, and this is usually the Knight of Swords in the regular Rider-Waite rendition. So depending on the context, this one could be read in multiple ways, right? And so in this context, however, it's really a positive thing because this is sort of grounded by this action of by this grounding of the King of Pentacles. So let's see what is in your near future with these current energies that you are having right now. Near future for Gemini. Okay, so how do I say this? In your near future, you have the consequences card, okay? So the Tower is right here, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I'm actually going to clarify this. And this card is called consequences. So what is it that you've been doing in your environment that's going to lead to some sort of consequences with the way that you are handling something? And I'm actually thinking about clarifying that right now. Please clarify this. Okay. So it's just really weird how everything has been going really good. But you know, I'm starting to get the sense that this Knight of Swords energy that is with the King of Earth, the King of Pentacles, is having an influence on your overall state of peace and well-being and security. And there's something going on with communication here. And I'm going to tell you, I was having a couple of technical difficulties before I was starting this, and I was getting ready to do it, and a few of the animal cards came out. I have the turtle and the moth and the butterfly for you, and I thought, oh wow, that actually makes sense, because the readings I've been doing for you, they have been representing this change of modality on the way that you think. Okay, I'm gonna actually lift both of these up so you can see this sort of energy going on in your near future. Okay, so you could just think about it. And this is a consequence card. And so with the moth, okay, would you rather be a moth or a butterfly, right? And you got both of them. So there's this sort of like battle going on of being free, showing your light, showing your colors, versus I'm only gonna come out at certain times. I'm only gonna come out at night. Or I'm going to only think in this certain way with that moth energy. I'm only gonna think in this certain way. And with that turtle energy, and I'm sorry, my nose is like super itchy during this reading. It's a little embarrassing. But with the turtle energy, you know, the turtle is really all about only changing if you know why you're changing. Don't change for just the sake of change. So there's this inner thing going on with you where things are changing. There's this conflict with your environment about what is happening and how you feel or how you think things should be. And there's this misalignment happening right now. And so those things might seem like they're okay. Get ready, because this has to happen, and this is going to actually destroy your vision of how you think things should be. Okay, so there's a certain way that you're thinking things should be, and it's going to, this isn't a bad thing though. You're just going to come into like a little bit of like a realization about some kind of situation that takes place. Yeah, please forgive all my itching. Like, I think I have actually not been feeling so great today. And it's interesting because every Halloween I don't feel well. Like, I seriously, like, I feel like ill on like every Halloween. So for the way that you see yourself, we have the Seekin, which is the Page of Cups. And what this is telling me is that you are a little bit oblivious and stuck in the way that you're thinking about something. And you're a little bit oblivious about a certain situation or like what's about to happen. Maybe you are aware about what's going to happen, but it seems as if, and I'm also basing this on past readings of like what the trend seems to be, with you and your transformation. And November, you're going to have it where you do come into alignment with this certain way. And I go back again to this one quote, and I'm just going to paraphrase because I don't remember the actual quote. But I actually got it when I was taking a Reiki class many years ago. And the card that I got of all the people in the group was faith. And it said, have faith that others will find their rhythm on their own time, because not everybody thinks like you. And I understood it, but it was one of those quotes that you sit with over the years. And what it means is that not everybody is developed as you, okay? And that's okay. That's totally fine. Not everybody's developed as you, and not everything's gonna go the way that you want. So there's a real need here to communicate this month, maybe even about your thoughts, but maybe restrain, I wanna say, because it almost seems like, I feel like you're kind of like me in a way right now. Like, I tend to be really direct with people, especially people who I'm close to. I am most direct with the people I'm close to because I know them well. And I feel like I could be myself, be direct, be straight. And so sometimes that's not always the best thing, because some people are sensitive, or, you know, they have some emotional thing going on. And so it almost feels like it's a delicate situation. So let's see what your environment is like right now. Okay. So we have the World, which is actually a pretty positive card. In this rendition, we have the cat looking out at the world. But there's also a sense of like space and distance. So I want to actually go back to this card because I feel like I started going on about something else. This is a relatively positive card, and the way that you see yourself is sort of like, hey, I didn't do anything wrong. That sort of like energy, but it's a really like playful, almost like innocent energy. Hi, I didn't do anything. Okay, I felt like I needed to go back there for a minute. Though it was a little direct. So here we have the World, okay? And I'm going to go with the energy of the Hermit here. It almost feels like maybe you are alone, but you have options. Things are not necessarily bad in your environment, but they're just maybe not aligned in the way that you desire. So it almost looks like you're looking at things, like you're looking at the landscape, and it's been quite, you know, an introspective time for you over the past few months, especially now during this retrograde, which is coming off on November 3rd. I mean, it's going away. So let's look at your hopes and fears about the situation that you are in November. Okay. So your hopes and fears. You have the 5 of Sky, which is the 5 of Swords energy, okay? So I'm going to go back to this battle. There's a battle going on with you about some way or something that you think people should be, or something should be. There's a modality that you've been living in where you feel like things should be a certain way. And with this hopes and fears, if this is your hopes and fears, okay, so this is the card where the guy has the swords in his hands and he pretty much wins out of like 2 other people, and he's carrying the swords away and he's like just really happy he won, right? So with this card right here in your present, the Knight of Swords is sort of telling me that you're trying to hold on to something that has been a certain way, okay? And so this hope, it seems like you hope that you're going to win. Like you hope you're going to win this certain like way of being, this certain philosophy, this certain modality you've been winning, but then you also fear of losing this certain way of living, and that the other people in this situation come out on top and they are the ones who end up having the upper hand and you end up losing out. So there's a little bit of ego going on there that you might not be aware of. And let's look at your outcome card and see what happens in the month of November. Like what, like based on these energies, outcome. Okay. All right, so we got the Ace of Pentacles. This is a pretty positive card, and it's based on this consequence that you're learning. I think you become reassessed this month, and you have some fears this month. But they're not too heavy, except for this Tower card that comes up sometime in the month of November. You're going to realize in the outcome that you're going to trust yourself more, and you're going to have a better sense of standards for what you want. I'm going to clarify that Ace of Pentacles. Yes, you have the Two of Wands here. So it almost looks like you still have some more reflection that you need to do, but you're not necessarily displeased. But it just seems like you've come across some sort of opportunity, whether physical or spiritual, where you have really understood something that you need to understand. So something's going to shift this month, but you're going to understand something about this situation, and you're going to need some more reflection this month so that you can... Sorry, I think that's probably my dog scratching on the door right now. Oh my gosh, so much going on. So much going on. So yes, yeah, we have this really, and since this is a gate card, this Two of Wands, I am going to pull one more. Gate card is when the character is on a level of cement, gray cement, and that allows the opening for another card. Not many people know that, but I remember one of the many tarot classes I've taken in my life. Yes. So you have the Seven of Swords here, okay? And this is complementing that outcome position. And this is the other card that really coincides with that Five of Swords energy of all those cats in the alley and, you know, the guy with the swords in his hand. This is the other card with the guys with the swords in his hand. And it looks like there's some clarifying you need to do about your situation. And you really need to get straight with yourself and do some reflection on how you want to live your life and what is appropriate and acceptable to you. Because until you can figure out what is appropriate and acceptable to you, you're going to keep going on in this back and forth situation. I would recommend writing in a journal this month to really figure out what it is that you want, maybe how you think things should be. Figure out if that's the standard that you want your life to be. And then you're going to have to make the choice as to whether you want to cut off those things that are not aligned with your standard, or if you're going to accept people or situations for how they are and humble yourself. So, you know, there's just a real back and forth here, and it's your choice whether you're going to settle or not, whether it's worth settling. But there's a real grounded position that you come into mentally where you are evaluating this sort of like hit or miss shady energy. And with that Seven of Swords, with that card I pulled before this reading with the moth, it sort of represents that sort of energy where you're like, I don't know, just something doesn't seem right. Like something seems off a little bit. And you really have to continue to reevaluate your standards, beliefs, and how you view tradition and how you want your life to be. So anyway, that has been your reading, and it's been a real pleasure reading for you. If you have enjoyed it, please do subscribe and let me know if you have in the comments, or send me a big like, and it would be much appreciated. Thank you. Bye.